Well, it is a statewide campaign to inform Arizonans about the importance of recycling water. It's called the AZ Pure Water Brew Challenge, where brewers actually use recycled water.
We're all the way up here. This thing is huge. Joining us this morning to explain it are two very smart people. We've got Michael over here. Michael, come on over here. And Corinne, and we have to go this way, apparently. And my apologies.
Is this where it all starts?
Okay.
Yeah, this is the beginning of the process.
I think this is so fascinating. Kind of explain how it all works.
Okay, so this process is a 5-step process. So that tank in the back, you can't really see it, but it takes recycled wastewater, which is already used for irrigation.
Okay.
And it brings it in, and we go through our first process, which is called ultrafiltration. This is a absolute barrier. It's a membrane process. Okay, so this is a cutout of the membrane. It's got hundreds of these fibers. The water goes outside in, and it basically takes out any solids and some of the viruses in the protozoa. From there, it goes into this tank, and it goes through a couple pre-filters, and then it goes through the second process, which is reverse osmosis. So you guys have probably heard that before.
Of course.
It's the same stuff you have in your under sink. It's the same stuff they use to purify seawater and groundwater, and it takes out any dissolved constituents, so salts, minerals, and personal care products. So after it goes through the second process, RO, it goes through into this tank. Okay, the water comes out here into this tank. It goes through that pump up through the third process, which is UV advanced oxidation. So that basically uses the same light as the sun, and it basically combines with the hydrogen peroxide, and it energizes, and it breaks down and inactivates the DNA and viruses. From there, it goes through those two reactors, and it goes through the granular activated carbon, which is basically charcoal. It's the same thing that you would have in your Brita filter, okay? And so that'll take out any organics that are left over. There really shouldn't be any. It's pretty pure at this point. And then the fifth process is chlorine disinfection. So just like you would normally disinfect the water and have a residual, it goes through that serpentine pipe. There's some contact time, and that's enough to keep the residual in and keep it disinfected. It comes out of that tap, and it's pure, it's ready to drink and ready to be served.
So you're talking a lot about what you're taking out of this. Are you are also adding in elements to get it to this pure state?
So the water is so pure where you actually have to add a little bit of minerals so that it's not corrosive, so that it it's so that it's stable essentially.
Yeah.
So
because those mineral balances have been removed.
We just add a little bit of mineral in it.
And so like Mike mentioned, when you add those minerals, that happens during the bottling process.
Okay.
So I saw you got to taste some of the water already.
Well, of course, it tastes just like water.
It tastes just like water, because that's exactly what it is. Would you like to try some too?
Sure,
Yeah.
I wish we could rather have the beer, of course. So just, and real quickly before we run out of time, you already have this competition this weekend.
Yeah, so the Pure Water Brew Challenge happened on Sunday.
Look how cute these
I
cups
know.
are, by the way.
So here, I'll have some beer. I heard you guys aren't allowed to.
We'll
but
just cheers though.
There you
Look
go.
at this.
So there were 26 brewers from across the state that participated in the challenge, all the way up from Flagstaff down to Tucson and Yuma, making beer from this highly purified water.
Okay.
And then we had a challenge on Sunday, and Dragoon Brewery, which is down in Tucson, they won.
If you could answer this in like 10 or 15 seconds, because we're out of time, but what's the idea behind this when we run out of drinking water someday?
Yeah, I mean, the idea is we have the technology to take recycled wastewater and make it pure so that it could be drinking. So in the future, in places like Arizona and California, we could actually use it for drinking again in the future when we really need it.
Could be a real lifesaver.
Right.
And to places that aren't as fortunate as us. Cheers
Take
to
a
that
swig.
concept and
Let's
cheers
see.
to your science.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Tastes like water.
It tastes like water. We'll take
We'll be
a
right
quick
back.
break. More of Good Morning Arizona.